third important change that I want to talk to both of you about, that seeks to address the mischief via subsidiary companies. The working group has sought to address instances where the listed entity could transfer its assets or value to a subsidiary in India or overseas, and this subsidiary then transacts with the related parties of the listed entity to, let's say, move the assets out of the consolidated entity. Now, presently, such a transaction by an unlisted subsidiary with the related parties of the listed entities does not require audit committee or shareholder approval, except, in material sale or lease transactions. Mr. Vasani, how worrisome is this gap been in your experience?
Yes, it has been exploited quite extensively by the players in the market, and unfortunately taking the legal recourse of taking opinions to protect themselves. My concern is that while this will certainly introduce it will plug the loophole which is currently there in the scheme of Regulation 23, it will certainly improve the compliance burden of the companies, because if you are covering the transactions at subsidiary level, the audit committee of listed company will have an enormous burden of ensuring that the large number of transactions which were hitherto outside the purview of the scrutiny would also get added. So, and we have a situation today that audit committee, there are maximum 4 to 5 meetings held in a year, out of which 4 meetings get consumed by the quarterly results. So does the audit committee have adequate time? And because of PIT regulations, there is also a recommendation from SEBI that audit committee and board meetings should happen on the same day, preferably. But that's just not workable, because audit committee agenda is so heavy with all these requirements that it will require quality 7, 8, 9 hours to really review all these related party transactions. So I welcome the step. Let me clarify, I welcome the step, but I am also concerned a bit whether it will lead to a phenomenal increase in the workload of the audit committee.
Umar, does then the benefits of, let's say, covering some of these transactions that have been problematic in the past and probably continue to be so until this proposal is accepted, do the benefits of it not outweigh some of the process-related practical challenges that Mr. Vasani has pointed out?
Yeah, it is a good recommendation, because it seems to consider the group as a whole on a consolidated basis, which is listed company and its subsidiaries, and related parties within any of these entities will be captured within the purview of this particular prohibition or regulation. But at the same time, yes, the benefits do outweigh the costs involved, but at the same time, I don't think the audit committee procedures should be made so onerous that they become meaningless. Yes, they could be measures where these could be dealt with at a consolidated level, but the more onerous obligations you impose on the audit committee, then it's going to be more check-the-box requirements than detailed review, which is what we must guard against.